Krakow. In the clang of steel, there one legend that rings true, and that legend is Rastan. Big updates to the Amiga version, or word of such, has reached my ears. And this day, I'm going to have a look and see what it's all about. How big? Is the whole game complete? I don't know. Maybe not. But big update is reason enough for power. Full torch. 41 months of power. Well met. Well met, and how goes? Have I ever? Yes, I have. I've 1CC'd it, as a matter of fact, Rob Jedi. Great game. And then I haven't 1CC'd it again. I've still never got the true ending. I'll get that. And Squeak 11. Squeak, not to be outdone, the powerful Squeak 11 with 42 months of power. A hail to you, and thank you very much. Full Torch and Squeak 11. Very much appreciated, the both of you. Rastan. This is, of course, it's a pastiche of the arcade marquee. I had to squish it together there a little bit. But before we get to the new updated Amiga version by Basement Ape, operating independently, right? It's a fan project by the mysterious but powerful Basement Ape. I reckon that we need to take a look at selected other home versions, which we've looked at in the past, but who cares? Fresh eyes are always the true eyes, in my opinion. Because you never know which version may be the true version. It may be the Amiga. I'll tell you what, the Amiga version is definitely on track to be the true home version. But it can only really take that title if it's completed. Otherwise, it'll always languish. Hopefully it will be completed one day. Big update is news for big excitement. Let me just click this rhythmically. Amiga 8. You're right, Starman. You're right. And up. There we go. Very good. Oh, Jiggy is here. Well met, Jiggy. I was watching your stream last night. Playing Marvel. I was watching it secretly. And I just was very glad that I wasn't playing it, because that looks like an absolutely abysmal game. I played the demo and it was just the worst. And I've got no time for that. Now that I've seen most of the game played by someone else, I feel even more so. Now, Rastan, the arcade version is the true version. Right? Lands of the United States, eh? Of course. I don't have plans, but I'd like to. I'll go to the United States. Why, what's there? My friend the Elf? My other friend, Lion? Vegas? What else is there? Oh, what is it? The Galloping Ghost? A well-remarked upon arcade that has Rastan? What else? Cinnabon. Yeah, sure, I'll go to America one of these days, I'm sure. The true version. The only true version presently is the arcade version. There's no way around it. But you never know. A Krakow. You never know. Let's have a quick run of the arcade version just to get it fully installed within our minds and eyes. Right, there we are. Within our minds and eyes, here, the true version of Rastan. I'll put it down this far, because I use a lower bass volume these days. We don't have to go fully to Rastan true volume. There we go. Let's play it. That might be too low. Immediately. Rastan's great. It has some of that adventure element I was talking about with Sword of Yana in the way it looks. That is, every stage, especially the outdoor stage, the outdoor stages. It's a little loud here for me. The outdoor stages, you're always looking out on some great wasteland where the only signs of human habitation are so ancient, no one even remembers what they are. There's the great statues in the background there, which we know to be the Argonath, which I'll show you here, actually, once we've got a good look at both of them on screen. I'll show. I didn't take the... That's a sign of omens for the continuation of this attempt, actually. Not getting the magic sword there. What's that all about? Well, it wasn't a baseball bat swing back in these days. It was called an axe swing. This is the kind of swing a man had with his weaponry in the years before baseball. Like golf, baseball was invented in battle. After the head of a notorious opponent was struck off. Zarzak! 46 devils. Well met. Hello! Rastan, in general, has a strong history of highly referenced artwork. We'll touch on some of that, actually, since we're here. Especially the home version, but the original version as well has its toe dipped in that particular pool. This beautiful landscape you see out there. It always gave a sense of awe and scale. Alright, this is perfect. Okay, here we are. So, in the background, there, these beautiful statues, which when I played this in the fish and chip shop and at the pool, although maybe I never actually played it at the pool, I certainly saw it there. And probably more importantly, saw a screenshot of this in the, I don't know which magazine it was now. I would see these statues in a magazine. You really can study it, but in the heat of battle when you're playing the game. These statues gave this landscape a sense of scale and mystery because they dwarf even the mountains, right? So they once were great mountains. And who knows how many generations could have possibly passed to carve them. But of course, later on I would become wise that these are in fact the Hildebrandt brothers' rendition of the Argonath. Here, from their Tolkien calendar, the seminal 1970... I don't know what year. Tolkien calendar. Beautiful. Absolutely wonderful artwork. The brothers Hildebrandt, well worth tracking down their work, especially in relation to Middle-earth. There we go. There they are, obviously referenced here in Rastan. But that's alright. I don't mind that at all. I don't mind a little bit of referenced work, even heavily referenced. Okay, because Rastan pre-installed some mystique, like feelings in me, some mystical sort of awe that this original artwork was quite ready to receive when time came, when I got the I don't know which art book it was now, actually, but it was one of the art books from the library, and I saw this page. I turned the page, and here's the Argonath by the Hildebrandt brothers. I'm like, that's Rastan! And I had no concept of, like, which must have come first. Because when you're a kid, you don't necessarily know. You're not sharp enough, but this is one of the earliest times I ever, like, noticed, even though I wasn't really ready to articulate exactly what was going on, a reference in some visual media here. Great stuff, right? Great stuff. Yeah, the fingers have fallen away on that one. Yeah, up here. Half his hand has been destroyed. And in Rastan, there's not just two of them. There's a whole, like, mountain range where these figures of old, these ancient, who knows who they might be in the world of Rastan here. These ancient kings of old are carved along this line of mountains, which is a really resonant idea, a beautiful sword and sorcery sort of idea. Typical sword and sorcery setting is an age that is so old and mysterious that we no longer remember it. But even in that world, there's evidence of ages before that no one even remembers. Like, you get this sense of time. Like, you can't just imagine a great long length of time very easily. You take it in steps, right? You go to, like, an ancient place to see something even more ancient and mysterious, and that contains something even more ancient and mysterious. So you get to the idea that approaches like eternity in these little steps. Otherwise your brain can't quite grasp the enormity of what you're looking at. That's only part of it. It's only part of it. Here we are. We're in the palace of the first sorcerer. This is a great game. This is perhaps my favourite arcade game. Huh? Bloody well up there, I tell you. There's not a lot of contenders. Even legendary games. Right, Final Fight. Bubble Ball. Strider. Oh god. Strider. They don't connect. Yeah, Shadow of the Beast has an awesome mystique about it as well. An air of mystery. Mystery is something that's not often talked about directly a lot of the time. But mystery, something unexplained, that entices the brain is an important factor in fantasy and many other things. Few things are as inspiring and enticing as mystery. Well met, Atriosola. May have got the name wrong. I've got to figure out a way to see that. Jetpacks, yeah. That's right. Makes it even more mysterious. Nothing destroys a mystery like the solving of it, though. Removes that dreamlike nature. As Games Workshop found out to their cost in the end times, right, where they had a beautiful setting with many mysteries, the Warhammer world, where you didn't quite know the real answer to a lot of things. There are a lot of ideas. Even diegetically in the world, there's a lot of ideas about what might be going on, but no answers. So here they come with the end times. Oh, actually, it was X all along, it was Y all along, and it's all very American comic book, Marvel, DC. Got to explain the entire cosmos. It's like those setting books for D&D settings, page 1. Oh, here's an explanation of the entire cosmos and where the gods are and how limited they are, and here's their fields of influence. There's no mystery at all. Here's the entire history of this god that you're supposed to treat with some kind of reverence now, even though there's no mystery. Ah, dear. That would happen a fair bit. It was that or a scientific explanation of how thick the crust of the planet the game was set on was, like with some of the Mystara books I have. The planet's crust is this, and the planet is X diameter, and it just starts with this astrological, geological information. Which I thought was very funny. There actually is reason for that with Mystara, because the world is hollow, but I don't know that we need to be exact with the depth of the crust and all that stuff straight up. It's just kind of funny to me, isn't it? Here we are in the second level, which, well, wonder of wonders, I wonder if the Amiga version will have the second level now. And I'm taking the high road, oddly. I didn't get the fire sword in the first level. And here I am on the high road, which, man, I didn't get a fleece either. Oh, they didn't hit me. I wish I'd made note of exactly where I jumped there. I think if I jump later is better than sooner there on that. There's a fleece, good. The diamond ring always appears there. Oh, Rastan, what are you doing? You remember when I was good at Rastan? We can recover from this. First time I 1cc'd Rastan was in much... Alright. I seem to be having some trouble here. Lord, here's the reason. Some devils. McCaw and his devils. It's a nice whistle. Hello. We're getting to that, McCaw. We're getting to the Amiga version. I may have to have a second attempt here, though. I'm already on 0 lives. It's amazing how fast the rust builds up. The Rastan. Yeah, that's the stuff, Jiggy. Oh, careful! I didn't expect the Sorcerer's Apprentice to survive that, to benefit from the Katang of the warrior he was hiding behind. This is a true game. It may be the textbook example of a true game, actually. I need this axe. complete with my 0 lives. We've got to build them back up. We've got to get extra lives. Or as we called them back in the day, Eckies. You get an Eckie. You get an Eckie every 100,000 points, or whatever it is. I already had one Eckie. Or extend if you prefer. To which Eckie also applies, actually. Up. Ooh, a fleece. Alright, second sorcerer, no match. Instantly killed by Rastan. Like that, with an extra life attached. Yeah, well met. Well met, all of you. Here we are in the caves of Circe. Dark and dank place. Huh? Boards. No, I never called them boards. I only encountered... I think first time I ever heard levels called boards was in an old hat, tiny pocketbook sized book that explained how to play Donkey Kong. And it called them boards. And that book is also why I call what people call like the pies. I call those sand pans. Or what are they? Cement thing? Sand pans is what on the conveyor belt level is what that book called the things on the conveyor belt. And it also called the moving flames foxfires, and I always call them foxfires because of that book as well. And I don't remember who wrote that book. I got it at a flea market. It was just sitting there. Chaos on the board. I don't mind calling them boards. Makes sense to me. Like it's a natural adaptation from like board games. Snakes and ladders. To which Kong is not exactly dissimilar. Alright. Change boards. Yep. It's a pretty natural word to use in a certain sense if you can pull yourself out of present day and put yourself in the shoes of someone who had never seen a video game, who had played board games, and you get to the next level in Pac-Man, oh, there's another board. Makes sense. A lot of old hat players still call them boards. I wouldn't call this a board because of its lack of resemblance to a board, but there are games that I would be quite happy calling board. Donkey Kong, Zookeeper, single screen games of that sort. Maybe even Rodland. Bats, get out of here. There's the armature. We'll crouch under this. Flail madly at all the enemies. No problem and no match. Like that. The third sorcerer, no match. Once we get there. Well, not much. The fourth sorcerer, however, often proves to be a match, which is a problem. We need to come up with a guaranteed, fully solid anti-fourth sorcerer strategy, which I still haven't done. Yeah, you gotta find the first level, that's right, in Zelda. Like the first level of the dungeon, of course. Which is perfectly natural to a D&D player of that era, right? Of course you've got to find the first level. How else do you think you're going to get into the dungeon when you go to the second level of the dungeon? Of course, in D&D, in a properly well-designed dungeon, there's going to be entrances that take you to like level 4 or deeper or somewhere else. Or... A good dungeon always has multiple entrances. Ah, oh, there, that's alright. Alright, the third sorcerer, no match, instantly blown back. When I say instantly, I mean like this. Ooh. Sometimes if you get a flying attack on him from the upper platform, he doesn't get his magic in, but I think you've got to be sharp to do that. Round 4, here we are in another wilderness. This one less interesting because it doesn't have the Hildebrand brothers Argonath in the background. Does it have the temples? Yes, it does. By temples, I mean... I'll show you. When I can get clear and can pause with one on screen. It's something I didn't notice for a long time. Blind leap. First stage, you're distracted by the Argonath. But in these stages, the Argonath isn't there, and if you allow your eye to wander, you need to get higher up so you can see it properly. Now, whether or not it's good is a matter of debate. Let me get rid of this. Alright, see, the mountains, you can take them for just mountains, but if you look really closely, just to the right of Rastan there, it seems to be some structure carved into the very peak of the mountain. It looks like the ruins of a temple to me. It doesn't look like more mountain because there's a lot of vertical lines at semi-regular sort of intervals. It looks like something that used to be a structure, and they occur super regularly as well. This is good and bad. Two things. Firstly, it removes the nakedness of this long mountain range and adds a hint of civilization. But secondly, as I said before, it's a hint of civilization that is now mysterious and lost. It's simply gone. This is wasteland. This is the ultimate space in which the barbarian thrives, which is wasteland and the chaotic unknown outside of the bounds of human civilization, because humans as beings create our own environment. We are at odds with the natural world, which we don't understand, so we see it as chaos. We don't know what it's going to do. Even when we can predict it somewhat, we still need to carve out our own place. But the barbarian, you see, he's out there. Thrives on the edge of chaos. That's where he comes from. Fantastic heroic archetype. So it broadens the world a little bit to see those buildings there. Where once there was someone, now there's no one, now there's this. Did they draw their water from deep lakes? Was this once a lush place in some ancient age? On the other side of some event, some cataclysm or gradual changing of the earth? Who knows? More importantly, who cares? The barbarian, those musing, the scholars and wizards. Barbarian heroes live in the now, in the moment. And the moment is what the game gives you, so it's an unrelenting game. This is what makes it such a good barbarian game as well, is that it has these elements of mystique, but that's for wizards, that's for players, right? Players who have an overarching view of the game that Rastan himself does not have. But for Rastan, it's the now. And the action of the game puts you there. That's why you don't notice the temples and the Argonath exactly. Well, you notice the Argonath. That's why arcade games often get away with little details that you never notice. Just like in Agony on the Amiga, where I didn't realise there was dinosaurs in the stage, but they're there from moment one, I think. These bloody dinosaurs, they're all through it. Because of the red-hot, scintillating owl battle action that you have to endure. And then your stream gets muted because some random website thinks it owns the copyright to the music, which it doesn't. But there's nothing you can do about it. Oh well. Alright, here we go. We've got to get in the little nook to wait here. You don't have to, but I find it to be good practice. Rastan often feels like a game of survival because there's an element of chaos to it as well with the way things behave. A lot of the elements don't behave in exactly the same way every time. The fireballs, notoriously don't strictly have a set pattern. I think they often start in the same positions, but what they do next is not guaranteed. Is that one of Lord BBH's Mambo emotes there? Oh, you wouldn't believe it. He became possessed with Mambo. It's one of the great mysteries of East Asia. Alright, the fourth sorcerer. Big problem. Big problem. Like, what do you even do? He's chaotic. He's a great warrior. Oh, no. Oh, damn it. I thought we had big advantage there. Big advantage. Sometimes he sort of halts there and you can jump and strike him. Ah, the fourth sorcerer. The fourth sorcerer. Alright. Rastan. Great game. That's a power-up. Now, before we get into the Amiga version, let's look at a couple of selected other home versions. I've got my Commodore 64 emulator here. Now, the Commodore 64 did get a home version, right? With,
I choose the axe.
With, there's Freppy, who's arming for battle right now. 25 months of power. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's a great game with a good challenge. Good work, Freppy. Powered up. The home version of Rastan, I don't have the Spectrum version. I must check that out. I believe there is one. Had this cover art. Bob Wakelin. Alright? Bob Wakelin. Great cover artist. Responsible for some good stuff, in my view. Now, just a second. But this is also famously quite heavily referenced, okay? Because if we dare to look at, I don't know what issue it is, it's this issue, Bing, of Savage Sword of Conan, we find Earl Norham's fantastic cover. Right, number 24, very early issue, Earl Norham. Well famed for his work in Masters of the Universe. Here, heavily referenced by Bob Wakelin. We'll put Wakelin on top here. Heavily referenced pose. But those of you who are sharp of eye might notice another secret reference here. Can anyone spot it? There is yet another element that is referenced from another well-remarked upon artist who is far more respected than Bob Wakelin, even though I really like Bob Wakelin and his work. It's not as obvious. It took me a long time to actually to notice this. Let me see. I've got it to hand here too. I just happen to have it to hand. It's not the axe. Even if you just mention the artist, if you've seen it, it's tickling your brain. Yeah, it's missing a princess. It sure is. It's missing a princess. What another reference here, not as direct a reference, is Boris Vallejo's cover. Which issue was this? Number 10. Even earlier. Even earlier. This was used for. Can I? Was used for the reference for the lizard man's pose. There it is. Look at that. No, tracing, well, Wakelin's too good an artist to just go around. Normally, when they reference things in this era, back in the day, they'd just look at it and then they'd paint it. They'd just look at it and then they'd paint it again. I've seen this done. They just have it next to the board or the page or whatever they're working on. They just draw it. They just use a reference, right? Referencing is just using something as the basis for what you're doing. Like, it's very likely that Vallejo here used a model or two models as reference for his work. Take a bunch of photographs and then you work from the photographs to get the muscle tone and the light and the shadow. A lot of artists do that sort of thing. I don't know exactly the process behind any of these. Bob Wakelin, great. Interestingly enough, Earl Norham, in the modern age, funnily enough, not Earl Norham, I'll get to what my thought. In the modern age, you probably do trace. You put it on the bottom layer of whatever program you're using, and then you you put on top and then you just go, just probably closer to what's done in the modern age. Nonetheless, we've seen the Hildebrandt brothers were referenced in original Rastan. Funnily enough, the Hildebrandt brothers... Let me just see if I can find this. I should have prepared better for this, but this was in the wake of the moment. Here. This image here, beautiful Rastan. What was this for? I don't remember. But you can see down the bottom there the signature of Tim Hildebrandt. And I wonder what he thought, or if he even knew that the Argonath picture that he did with his brother, that wonderful painting, was referenced in the original arcade game. This must be for one of the home versions as well, but I haven't noted here exactly what it's for. Unfortunately, I don't remember. In a mythical land of death and adventure, survival is always a breath away. Slay deadly dragons, capture life-giving magical power signs, and conquer the mighty castle king. Be sure, be swift, be brave. You have the power to triumph. Use it well. A great image. And one that's quite reflective of the actual content of Rastan as well. What else have I got here that may be of note? Ah, the promotional flyer for the... Aha! There we go. Promotional flyer for print ads. Good work. Good work, Kyo. Presumed correct. It's a great image anyway. Bing! And that's at least the second time I've shown that on stream, because when I put that in the OBS, it amended it to like 2. There we go. Bob Wakeland's also responsible for my favourite Athena image, which is, this isn't a particularly good version of it, so because it's very small, but this is like the cover of the home versions of Athena, where he used a model. It's not a model he hired. It's from, I forget the exact source of the model. It was like a fitness model for the Athena with her pose, and it drew a flail in there and drew a sword in there. And it's also somewhat accurate to the content of the game Athena, though I haven't played this port. It's for the Spectrum or Commodore, but it would be for both. It would be for whatever the European home ports were. Krakow, never mind Athena, that's a whole other matter. We've got to have a big Athena stream one of these days. Let's play the Commodore 64 version. Now, I have to tell you that I tried this earlier because I thought, didn't I have trouble with the Commodore 64 version? And sure enough, I have trouble getting the tape loading, and I'm not sure why. I periodically just have trouble with the tape, and the problem is, in typical Commodore 64 fashion, the tape's got a really nice loader with a beautiful image and beautiful music. I've barely played Arcade Athena. I like Psycho Soldier, but I've barely touched Arcade Athena. I don't know what's going on in that game. It's a whole other matter. And an Athena stream, naturally, just you end up playing King of Fighters. It's just how it works. Which is good, because I can play King of Fighters 96, which is my favourite one. Alright, so I'm going to run the disc version, which, I know, it's not as exciting. But we are going to get some wonderful SID chip renditions of Rastan's music. So this, for that reason alone, for some people, I'm sure, is the true version. I never had this back in the day. Commodore 64. And here's the Beastie Boys crack-tro. Ubiquitous crack-tro action here. That's alright. We like that around here and in other places. El Cora. Athena's voice in 96 is also my favourite voice. It's got a little gravelly quality to it. I like that. It adds something to it. Most other King of Fighters games, she's got like a pristine idle voice, but there's something gravelly in 96 Athena. NTSC, I wonder. We can experiment a little after we've looked at this and we'll see. Alright. enough of this. Oh, the Cracktro might have been about to do something cool there. I'm not sure. Don't worry about it. Now, here's the cheats they also almost always give you. We don't need any of that. Skippo. Oh, look at this. The music, man. Beautiful. Yeah, man. Martin Galway. Great computer composer. Good quantum pause, grooving there. Ah, so good. Like it's got a boring logo. This music somehow elevates the mystique of this, like this perfunctionary title screen. And as a matter of fact, the presence of this music, this conversion by Martin Galway, puts this soundtrack in the annals of great sword and sorcery music on the Commodore 64. I don't think it eclipses Barbarian by Richard Joseph. Let's play it. Oh, man. No Argonath in this version. You get the stark black background. There's something bricked out, though, because when I played this last, we got to, like, the rope swing, and it's completely insurmountable challenge. Yeah, the Lionheart swing. Why didn't they give Lionheart a big swing? And in Lionheart, they still stick to the hold the button and push the direction thing, like clinging to it to grim death. It's got good platforming, and it's still got the old way of... Now, I don't mind the old way very much, and it's arguably the best version of the old way. The home computer versions of games, they played Karate Champ, said, that's how it's done. Hold the button, push a direction, and you can have all these different attacks. Instead of one good attack, you've got one good attack surrounded by 7 attacks that aren't any good. And you've got to figure out which one's the good one. And then you use that repeatedly. And it's normally the one with the longest range. Except in Barbarian, interestingly enough, because it's got a fighting game quality to it. Oh, there's a swingy road. Get out of here, beast. Hoi, like that. The crashing rocks. Oh, we've got the magic sword. This is an official release, yes indeed. From the era when the Amiga really should have gotten a full and proper release, which it didn't. However, it's like holding a button down to charge an attack. You forego having an attack now to have a better attack later. So perhaps Amiga not having a Rastan is fortunate, because now we've now got Basement Ape, who is making a version which is likely to be more interesting than any original version could have been. Because he's not obviously he's not working with any deadlines. Right? There's no publisher breathing down his neck. Like that. Yeah, Black Jewel, great. It's actually a tribute to Storm on the C64. Is it just called Storm? Or is it like Storm something? Ah, there's a chimera there. It's very like it. Wonderful game. I wouldn't call this version a 6 out of 5. Where's Black Jewel Reborn? Had a really good demo. Oh, the Harpies are really... Stormlord, is it? No, Stormlord is... Stormlord is... Deliverance 2. And it also rules. I played that, well, I was going to say not long ago, but I guess it was a while ago. There we are. You play as the Stormlord, and you're like the Guardian of the Fairies. In a similar way that Jareth is like King of the Goblins, even though he's not a goblin. It's just sort of a job he has. It's one of his duties. Like in one of the interviews they said he's like inherited this position. He doesn't really want to be King of the Goblins. He's inherited it. But that's what Stormlord is like. You're a great warrior, but you're in charge of the fairies. Storm Warrior, that must be it. We should have a look at that. Just as a side attack after this. I don't know about my chances here. This is kind of a tough game. Because when we get to the ropes, we're not going to be able to get past them if it goes like last time. Ah, you bloody harpies, get out of here. Oh, right, there's a couple of Storm Warriors. The flail! Well, I lucked into it. Ah, but it's truncated short-range flail here on the C64. It was a wild time being a C64 lad in the ancient age, because you'd see a lot of... Oh, Rastan. Where are we? Oh, God. A lot of the magazines you'd read for your games also featured the 16 bits, and you'd be looking at the Amiga games and the ST games, and you'd be going, whoa. And you'd look at your games and they'd look bad. And I remember, like, whenever a game was reviewed multi-format, like they'd review all the versions, whenever the C64 got a higher score than all of them, I was like, ah! Even if I never played the game in question. I felt justified having a C64. It wasn't worse, and I could prove it because, I don't know, eSWAT had like 3 percentage points higher than the Amiga version in this one magazine. That's how it was back then. Look at the interior of the palace here. Now outside, it's a dark, like, void out there, like on some dark night. Some rituals going down. Yeah, the gameplay was better. It's something that didn't happen infrequently, too. Those 16-bit machines, oh, damn it, relying on their graphics. And their sampled sound. I remember I had a game I really loved on Commodore 64 called Time Machine. Right? Time Machine. And I thought it was great. And eventually I saw the Amiga version. And I thought, well, it's got to be even better. Right? Absolutely atrocious. The beautiful theme music is destroyed by being made completely out of samples. And it looked worse. It sounded worse. The attrition bats. Trisha's hand is reaching out even here. Oh, come on, lads. There we go. This mysterious blitter. I don't even know what that is. You know, I see it mentioned a lot. Now, if I recall, this was like where we got to. I've got a couple of extra lives, apparently, during my battles here. Oh, Rastan. Oh, what an oaf. And you get sent back. Here's Amiga Cammy for good measure. Os! Rupro, I see you there. It's a nice whistle! We're going to be playing the Amiga version, the newly updated Amiga version of Rastan. Just getting into some other versions first. I've read about it, and it just goes in one ear and out the other sort of thing, you know? The blitter. It's Too technical. Too technical for the bard. What we should do is restart this and select a later level just to have a look at it. Yeah, the Amiga Rastan, which may be the true version. It's almost certainly the true home version. But I'll tell you what, it does have competition. How do I get on this, do you think? Like, oh, like that. Okay. So this, I don't know. Up. Oh, now I'm starting here. I remember I got this far and just could not progress. You've got to be more precise than that. We can continue. This is the first instance of the multiple ropes. And you have to be precise, and there's multiples, and they're not in like a synchronous. Oh, like that! Alright. Oh god. Oh, that was off. Oh, it just walked onto it there. Oh, Rastan. You have to jump off on that farthest. Oh, it just grabbed me there. The farthest frame. No, that's not it. Oh, Rastan, I thought he was going to grab it. Oh, the bats attack instantly. The ghouls of Attritia. No, I don't know, Rastan. Level 1, eh? No, that's too late. Patience and discipline. Yes! Oh, Rastan! Way! Hey! The true way! I think I figured it out. You've got to make sure you've got the forward momentum. Oh no, we're going down. Aha! Like watching a DVD screensaver. Yeah. So these always take one hit in this version, which is a mercy. And you've got the advantage if you're moving forward, you can move your swing into them and hit them at the first possible opportunity. Powerful Galway here. What's the first sorcerer gonna be like? Are we gonna get there? I reckon. This is great Sorcerer's Palace music. It's just wonderful. The C64 version of Golden Axe has a wonderful soundtrack as well, as you can imagine. Something about the Sid chip. Oh, Rastan! Oh, get back to them. I didn't anticipate that kind of damage there. Generation damage it may well have been. Generation damage. I think McCaw invented it. I don't know. The terminology. It's for when you take damage on every frame that you're in contact with some sort of hazard and your health just goes down. And I think it's called... I haven't been told this, but my logical reasoning is that it's called generation damage because when it's happening to you, it often sounds like a generator. Your health goes... like in Shadow of the Beast 2. That might be generation damage. I think that's why it's called that. I don't know, you'd have to ask McCaw. Oh, come on, man! Generational, that's a whole other matter. Oh! Look at Anne Diamond here, ruling the roost. You and your kin for all time will take damage. How do I enter my name here? There we go. Not a single Nigel or Cyan. Lionel Blair, Jeremy Beadle. Yeah, highly British high score table there. Oh! We start in the castle? Probably a protocol from the tape version, so it doesn't have to like be rewound and reloaded. Yeah, those are familiar names. I thought they were politicians at first. But, oh, come on. Another attempt. See if I can get past the swinging pits this time. I like the way the ropes have been rendered here. There we go. Low, watch out. Some pinball lore from Cammy. Magazink, well met. Alright, let's dare this. That's bad. Never mind the attrition bats. No. Ah! That looks good. You know when you've got it. It's one of those things where you can just feel. No. Those two are completely in sync there. I gotta wait for the time. Ah, that's not the time. Yeah. State of Rastan. That's it. No, that was it, but the thing was out of... He seems to get a bit of extra vigor when you get it right. Yeah, the attrition bats are the essential element of Rastan. Even Rastan himself is removable compared to those. Ah. You know, no, I've barely heard of any of that action. I wonder if I can just jump and get higher on the... I thought that was it. If I can jump and get higher up. Oh, there we go. Do you think that'll be better? I don't think it is. I think I need the horizontal range. No. It sent me back. Oh, I know I can do it. I did it before. It's a cruel jest. No. Oh, well, I jumped off accidentally. Oh, double flail. Hey, beasts. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Oh, the attrition bats. Oh, the attrition bats. That was oaf. It was in the wall like Mario there. I'm surprised somewhat that Rastan's attack swing is so elaborate. Look at it. Look at all those frames. Oh, the old Rastanian technique of swinging and then turning to complete the swing in the other direction. It's one of the forgotten blows of Rastan. Bum bum. Bum bum. Oi! Oh, these are out of sync now. Was it even possible before? Ah, how much luck have I got to trust in these things? Sasiga, the one known... damn it. I looked too late, but well met. Rastan, this is bad. Yes, Rastan. Oh, no. Oh, we're good. All right, now. Now we see. It may have been impossible that other time when it was on the... Those two were on the same cycle of... There better not be any attrition bats to ruin this. It's the aqua area. And here's the Aquaman. The Aqua Master. We're really close to the first sorcerer. What if the boss isn't there and the stage just ends? That'll be a disgrace if so. These things, I've got to be more wary. Crouch, Rastan. Yeah, we're past them good. The generational spikes there. Oh, Rastan, get on the thing. Oh, Rastan. Oh, what is going on? Okay. Oh, God. I was going to say, if we can't get off this rope... This should be the door. There it is. The first sorcerer. Oi. Look at this. The first sorcerer. Oh, God. Damn it. Whoa there. Oh, Rastan, what an oaf. The attrition sorcerer. Well met, whoever that was. Sorry, my eyes have been drawn to Rastan and his physique. Oh, the generation damage is back. Okay, I don't know what to do here exactly. We'll figure it out. dun, dun. What if I just stand in front of it and attack repeatedly? Oh, that's not working. He's got a generation axe. He just holds it out and Rastan is destroyed. Not an idea. No, that's not it. Stop that. This is it. I don't know if I'm hitting him, but I'm... Can't be that far off. Yes! Oh, Rastan! Great! 5 lives? Where did they come from? Oh, it's loading. The one known as Mochi and Driver 3000. I see those names there. I had to close Mame, though. Thank you. Well met. Magizink from 9 minutes ago. Good stuff. Oh! The forest! What did that thing drop? A cube? A jewel, no doubt. Oh, the serpents. We're in. Oh, God, I was getting big attrition from the serpents at mega range. Even being in the presence of a serpent is enough to destroy Rastan. Bejewel. Oh, what if this is the true version? Cosmically ordained. My health is being stripped away by these serpents. Oh no, it's a conveyor. A conveyor belt manufacturing plant of serpents. Just off screen there, it seems. Unlimited number of them. Oh no. Oh, Hornet! The Hornet has passed. It's one of the harpies. Oh, Rastan, you stop moving when you attack on the raft? That is a wild man raft technique. Yep. Rastan moves independently of the rafts. We couldn't move them both together. It's too much. Oh, damn it. It's not unheard of. This sort of platform, not unheard of. Super Mario had them, and it was good enough for Mario. And surely Rastan can... Oh, what am I doing? Oh, what an oaf. Oh, we got him. Now I'm worried about this. Alright, Harpy. Look at this mess. Oh, God. Oh, Rastan. Gee. This is typical Commodore 64 era medium quality platforming. Oh, damn it, I fell off. Oh, God. Yeah, this is the C64 version. That's why the music is so great. Martin Galway strikes again. lost a lot of health there. Oh, what am I doing? Oh god, I can't control the... I'll have to do. Will it put me on level 2? Yes! We may be able to attrition all the way through. Oh, damn it. That oaf Lionel Blair will finish him. There was something there. We saw its death. That was a serpent, no doubt. Oh. Halt! I'll be right back. Excuse me. I have to do something very important. I forgot something. I'll be back in a moment. Sorry, shan't be long. Help! I'm back. Roll tails, well met. 12 months of power. Sorry, unpause. I'm back. I had to pass through several doors there. No, Commodore version. Oh, there's 2 RPs here. Oh, God. Did you see that nonsense? 2 harpies. Oh, 2 harpies. Oh god, they're immune. 3 harpies. Oh, what? What do I do about these harpies? Alright, just go forward and spawn one of them. That'll do. The cruelty of the bloomin' rafts. The mystery of the Commodore 64 era. So often the music is so professionally done, and yet... Oh, we can get it from standing position. That increases our chances. So many other things in the games, especially the conversions, were so rickety. Don't jump there, it'll move back. No, that's no good. I've got to play it like it's an LCD game, like a Game & Watch. Got to think of it as Turtle Bridge. Right, Turtle Bridge. Or something. Life Raft, I don't know. Steady now. Nope. Nope. I don't know if I can do this one. Ah, no. Well met, Roll Tails. What do you think of Rastan on the C64? Awful. Board Game Heaven, explain. Oh, come on. Ah, that was oaf. I knew that was the wrong time. It is. You're right. The moving platforms. It's a big problem. The ropes and the moving platforms. Anything moving. Huge issue. Alright, good. Oh, Rastan, I thought I could make it straight off. It looked like the right time. The axe. Which seems more primitive in this version. It looks like some stone tomahawk or something like that. Oh, what have I done? Oh, Rastan. Oh, man, I half fell off. Oh. Oh, what is this? Oh, what have I done? I don't have to crouch that bee at all. The hornet, I mean. I think sometimes it gets on cycles that I can't possibly do. Like that one, I'm not sure about that one. Oh, yeah. I think it's got to do with if I hesitate here. Or if I don't hesitate, it gets worse. Oh, it fell off. What an oaf. Oh, Martin Galway. Oh, back to the... Yeah. Would have been play tested enough for the time. Which is if the programmer did it once, and then it was considered possible and perfectly good. As was the what happened to Matthew Smith with Maniac Miner, or Manic Miner, with the banyan tree, where he did it, attempted it, and he just did it once. Little did he know it was a 1 in 10,000% chance that the patterns would line up, or whatever it is. The banyan tree screen notorious. No, Jet Set Willie, I mean, not Miner. Jet Set Willie's banyan tree. There we go. I sold it to Banya for a cool 300. Up. All right. Instant win. Oh, hang on. Happy then instant. Oh, Rastan, what an oaf. He just walked off the edge. Stay to Rastan, man. I don't know. Oh, what? You were on it and then you went off it. That's Rastan. Dramatizing the addictions of our age. You're on it and then you're off it. And, it's like a dance, an intricate dance. The spindly killerfish at least aren't... Oh, look at it. That was a 0 momentum leap I just did there. Hang on, I'm going to test something. Now, the jump seems the same. Oh, there we go. That's going to be... It doesn't look like it goes any further horizontally, though. I was going to say, must be the high jump must be in the game. Oh, look at that. Maybe that's the key to the ropes, too. Oh, that was a normal jump, Rastan. Spending more time in the air, though, lets things get in position below. It's a difficult input. Well, it's not that difficult, but you've got to be holding the button and push up at the same moment. You've got to be doing a bit of that action. Oh, well, never mind the B. Okay. Now the harpy. Never mind the harpy. We'll swing the axe to get our momentum power. Well, that would have been a good time, but too busy thinking about the momentum. Look at that. Probably on the tape inlay. Oh, damn it! The mysteries of the tape inlay. We'll never know. Well, that's not that bad to play. It's good in most aspects. The maneuvering across these things, this is the part that you could call miserable. Oh, Rastan. I don't know if the high jump is doing me any favours there, actually. Looks like I'm airborne for the same amount of time, too. Doesn't go any further. Damn it. Now, they're not all janky. You've been shown the ricketiest ones, no doubt. There are many good C64 games. Oh, Rastan, I should have done a high jump there, maybe. I don't know, the mysteries of the high jump. Oh, I can't high jump and then switch to a plunging attack. Ooh, you fall extremely fast doing that. Never get to the Amiga version at this rate. We're going to have to put a stop to this at some point. If I don't make it within these couple of lives, I can't have us cursed here forever. There's one other chief version we've got to look at. Earnest attempts, earnest attempts. I might have a little bit more grace doing the high jumps, I'm not sure. Yep, I'm good. Nope. Oh, Rastan, seriously? With a shore in sight? Oh, what an oaf. Imagine having to live with this guy. Oh! Never mind. Never mind. Commodore 64, step back. Fine version. Fine version. Except for Rust Spot. 10 crown. Something I didn't mention earlier. Hang on. At some point... Let me see if I can find this. I might not have evidence of it. Is this it? I was talking about Bob Wakeland's artwork. At some point, SNK licensed official jackets. And they had an Art of Fighting one with official Art of Fighting artwork. And they made an Athena one. And they used Bob Wakeland's Athena for the jacket. Right? Bob Wakeland's Athena artwork. Apparently uncredited. Is it official Neo Geo Switch planning? I don't know anything about that. Which I find interesting. I remember seeing them up for order somewhere. This was going back a while, though. The Art of Fighting one was also very good. Yeah, the Athena jacket. No doubt sought after in certain circles to this day. I don't know. I've got a Bob Wakeland Athena poster. I don't have no Athena jacket, though. Oh, here we are. Here's a image of Bob Wakeland. I don't know where this came from. It's a collage of Bob Wakeland's covers. Here he is signing some of them. Before his death, Bob Wakeland has since perished, I'm afraid. He's passed away. There's some notable covers here. Rainbow Island, Chase HQ, Rastan there. Cabal, Grisor, a cover that everyone had in my house. Me being the one who had the cover. I guess it's not much of a... The cover of Elf, which we haven't gotten into, that's the other Elf. New Zealand story. Renegade Man. Bob Wakeland, he got a lot of covers in. Oh, I didn't realise he did the Shadow Warriors home version either. Bing. Interesting. Bob Wakeland, well remarked upon, working artist of his age. Now, Vindicator on C64. No, sir. No, they wouldn't be contractual. I do say uncredited, but the reason I say that is because it was completely unmentioned on the site. It was like it wasn't a Western site. It was a Japanese site that was selling these jackets. I don't know if they had a Western release, and it didn't mention Wakeland, which I thought was interesting. Secondly, this artwork, if they own it, it mysteriously wound up in the hands of SNK or Neo Geo Playboy, whoever owns it. Even though it was almost certainly commissioned by whoever did the home port conversions for home port use. So maybe it's something they didn't own and thought they owned, or maybe it's something that they did indeed own after it was sold to them by whatever publisher after they went belly. I don't know. The law's a mystery, right? Wakeland, great stuff. Nonetheless, that's a side wheel. We don't need to worry about any of that. There's one more version of Rastan that we need to get stuck into. And I don't know if I even have the cover of this floating around. It is, of course, the notorious Master System version. I do have a picture of the cover. Here it is. Notorious in a good way. Like it's a well-beloved version. Rastan. Great cover. I'm a great lover and defender of the Master System grid. You don't have to be credited. If you do work for hire, you don't need to be credited. A lot of toy packaging specifically mandates that you're not going to be credited on the work or anything like that. You'll be credited in the contract that you sign when you when you sign on to do the work. Like, it's not getting a credit isn't always being betrayed. It's sometimes it's just you do work for hire We need someone to draw Batman for this action figure packet. Hey, Earl Norham, don't sign it. You know, we don't want to confuse little children. Or whatever the reason may be. We'll pay you X, and then you'll do the artwork, and that's it. It's when they hide the credits, as Games Workshop does, after all those years of being so proud of all the artists and writers and designers and everybody. After all those years, the credits were entirely summed up with produced by Games Workshop in Nottingham, and by no one and nothing else. It's a disease that entered companies there a while back, and the trends are starting to swing the other way, I believe, because now they have to credit people to prove they didn't use AI in situations where that's important to them, which are few, I guess, which are slipping away, as the public at large doesn't care that much, I suppose. The broad folk, just as we did when we were ignorant children. We just looked at an image and thought, whoa, and then didn't think too much about it. As well, I'm speaking from personal experience here. Like, I was not cognizant of the Hildebrand brothers when I first encountered their work. It was only later when it became important who they were. Anyway, that's a whole other matter. Rastan, great. I'm a big fan of the Master System tradition of the grid on the cover. Right, good stuff. I really liked it as a unifying pattern on Master System. A lot of people highlight Master System games as having bad covers because of the grid, or they think the artwork's incomplete. And some of the covers aren't that interesting, sure, but some of them I think are perfectly fine, and this is one of those. Let's have a look at this. What am I looking at here? I don't know. No. Oh, yeah. Oh, they had a pretty good version of the Ghouls and Ghosts artwork, didn't they? On the This is a side thing. We've looked at this before. They had a pretty good, like, redoing of the famous Ghouls and Ghosts artwork, which I don't have to hand, so I don't know why I even brought it up. But it was just here in the Master System format. I guess we won't worry about it. Let's just play Rastan on the Master System. Right. Let us not speak of these grim matters, as Rob Jedi puts it. Rastan on the Master System is an interesting game. Right. Yeah, they did have some nonsense. And even though I like the Ninja cover, a lot of people cite that as being a poor cover. Master System Rastan, which I've never gotten to the end of this either, which annoys me because I believe it's got a unique boss. Capture! It'll capture in a second. Here. Hup! There it is. Push button. Not start button. Just push button. And that's all that people need to know. Oh, yeah. Straight into it. Look how good it is. The MSX version also great, which I'm not going to look at today. But, great except for the final stretch. Oh, potion immediately. Like that. This is a fascinating version because it has like unique mechanics that are not present in the arcade version. You can't move and attack at the same time, which the Commodore 64 version actually had, oddly enough. But, whoops, you don't die instantly in the water. That's also interesting. You become paralyzed in the water though, and you have to make a jump. You have to make a specific jump to somewhere where you think you're safe. Rastan's jump is incredible in this version. Look at it. There's the magic sword. Yep. There's a chimera. You still feel like a powerful barbarian, like in the arcade game. Anyway, the interesting thing this game has is a wall jump, right? It's got a wall jump, and you're expected to use it. I almost want to think that it was like a glitch that they didn't mean to do, and then it was in the game, and then they thought, oh, that's really good. We'll leave it in, and then we'll design the levels around it. So you can wall jump. Arcade Rastan kind of has a wall jump where you can accelerate your momentum by going jumping repeatedly up against a wall. That's a kind of a wall jump, I suppose. But it's not the same as a Master System Rastan wall jump. I love these sprites for the... By the way, hang on. The sprites for the warriors, I'll have... Oh, there's the first boss. There's some lore to the bosses in this game. This is how you fight them. You do a shallow jump, and you graze him with your sword. In the boss rooms, your health is always draining. And the reason the game gives us is because the room is filled with poison, and you're slowly dying. You have to figure out a way to defeat the boss before you run out of health. And I do believe your health bar gets bigger when you clear one of those. So there's some advancement. Or is that the MSX version? Did my health bar get bigger? I think that's in the manual, which I do have, actually. I've got the Master System manual. There's some health. Yeah, they made a good version that works for the system at hand. It's good and interesting. Fish doing somersaults for some reason. Chaotic, spindly killer fish in this world. Oh, the harpies. Oh, actually, that's a gorgon dropping snakes. The brazen claws and... Oh, God. That was a trap. The trap laid for Rastan. Oh, they throw low as well. Oh, damn it. Get up there, Rastan. There you go. And I think to get up there, you've got to... There's a trick to it. Can you wall jump off the branch? This version has like the day to night. Oh god. This version has the day to night transition as well. So if you take too long, it becomes dark and the monsters become more powerful in the night. Right. So it's good. It's got a secret time limit, which one of my cousins told me was a mechanic in the arcade Rastan, but I don't know if that's actually true. You do get kind of a sunset going on in arcade Rastan. Oh, fleece! Great! You do get a sort of sunset effect, but I don't know if it makes the monsters more powerful or numerous. It doesn't seem to, because Rastan seems to conquer everything in front of him. Look at those spikes there, I see them. Ah. They made this a much more jumpy sort of game. To its advantage, arguably. Oh, you pause like this. I wanted to pause on with that enemy on screen because the shape of its helmet is very reminiscent of... Hang on, partner. Now, I don't know what sequence the different versions of Rastan came in, or were released in. Let me find it again. It's a little bit reminiscent of, like, the horned helm of this sorceress figure in the background of this promotional advertising release there. It reminds me of that motif. So I wonder if that was influential in some way. Maybe not. But the glowing eyes and the horns. Yeah, I find it interesting. I wonder. Oh, pointy goblin ears, board game heaven, maybe. Maybe, who knows? Tim Hildebrand. Kapow. And remove. Oops. Remove. There we are. Unpause. Oh, fleece. That's what I need. Oh, I caught myself pushing up to jump there. Another fleece. Oh god. No, the surrounded by master warriors here. The minions of the sorcerer. The first boss was a centaur, interestingly enough, which is a normal enemy in normal Rastan. Normal Rastan, normal Rastan. Oops. Oh god. Oh, the fire. Oh, there's an axe there. Oh. How am I going to get through this? Oh! This is a one-life game. Technically, you have to continue when you get limited continues. Makes it more interesting, in my opinion. Which is how home version should be, by the way. It's a big mistake in an arcade version to give you infinite credits. There it is. Ah, look at that. I choose the axe. Come here, lads. Spikes only activate when you're close. They're quite proficient, these warriors in this version, actually. More so than I would have guessed. Survive the spikes by crouching under them? I wouldn't bet on it. Listen, get out of here. Ah, potion. The second sorcerer actually displays his vampire nature immediately in this version. Oh, Rastan, what an oaf. Continue. I think that's the technique here. Oh. Alright, not sure. So the second sorcerer is a vampire in Rastan lore, but in the arcade he's generally dead before he reveals his wings and starts firing bats everywhere. Oh, Rastan, please. Dealt with. Round clear. It was an unclean sort of battle there, but that's okay. No, this is a tricky part. The Caves of Circe have taken on a new aspect of challenge here because you can land, unfortunately, in the icy waters and you don't die, but you become entrapped. What are these chimeras doing here? Oh, fleece. Good luck. Oh, the skeletons. The bone masters. Good. Oh. I thought that was a fairy coming onto the screen there. That would have been good. The true sign of a Rastan game is sliding down a slope. It's what's really missing from Rastan 2. Oh, that jewel is out of reach. Rastan, please. There we go. Oh, the magic sword. Oh, we must go down. Uh-oh. Oh, Rastan, what an oaf. Clear those. Up there. Oh, Rastan. Can you get over? Yep, good. Never mind. I really like the Master System version of the soundtrack. I think it sounds really good. They might have paid Wakeland to put his art on that jacket, actually. Because it's very jacket-esque. That's the other point that I wanted to make. It's very jackety. That artwork, you know? Like, you wouldn't want chibi Athena on your jacket. You'd want the Wakeland Athena, if you're going to have any Athena at all, surely. You don't want idle King of Fighters Athena. You want classical bikini warrior Athena with a flail, fighting a minotaur. Peril here. Oh god. What are these warriors? Oh, that was poison. I hope I got big points for that, like in true Rastan. Oh, it's rare that Rastan has to go up a slope. Alright, boss, what do you got? Oh god. What do I do against this one? You can't continue! Oh, Rastan is wounded? Alright, gang. Another attempt. This version is excellent. What am I going to do about that? You reckon it's score-based? You might be right. I never thought of that. I thought they were just generically limited. That might be true. That means we've got to get a big score. I like it when score has some meaning in addition to just having a score. Oops, oh god. Like when you got to keep getting extra lives through score. We had a bit of that in Rodland. It wasn't score-based, but having to maintain getting extra lives made that game really fun. Especially the Amiga version where it's easier to do and the stakes aren't lower. Because you can actually build up momentum more reliably. The Dutchman. One of the good choices made by the Dutchman when he coded the Amiga. The Amiga version of Rodman. Which is very interesting. I seem to have fallen into a pattern here in this time of mystery. I seem to be having every second day I'm streaming. It's not disagreeable. Uh-oh. Centaurian jousting here. Look at that. Dealt with. Oh no. Oh, Rastan. I'm very glad you don't have a big penalty for falling in the water. With the limited continuing, that would make this a more... maybe too challenging if water was instant death. It would be a more disagreeable game. So if I look at the protector, nothing. Other item, nothing. Arms, the axe. So I can look at my score, 27,600. So that's poison. I got 28,200. No, I didn't get points for that. I'm not sure if I took damage. Could it have vanished as soon as, like, just before I collected it officially? Powerful mystery. I like how the plunging blow is a chief move in two of the major barbarian games of the era, Rastan and Golden Axe. Known as the pile driver in Golden Axian sort of circles, I believe. So I've got the cloak. So that lowers magic damage in the arcade version. I hope that holds true. Low on health here, Rastan. Oh, it's becoming dark. Let us find the fleece. Potion? Step in the right direction. So I don't have to crouch to hit them with the magic sword. Interesto maximum. I don't think I need that flail. That spike will get me if I try to get it, I think. A true Grand Master could probably get it with no problem. No, this is bad. That's the way to deal with them. The plunging blow. Very advantageous. Oh, damn it. Very advantageous hitbox there. Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. The homebrew Amiga Rastan may be the true version. It's almost certainly the true home version. Oops. Come on, Rastan. Uh-oh. Up. What is that? Oh, that's the rod. I thought it was bunny ears. It had like an Alice band and things sticking up the top. I thought it was bunny ears for some reason. I was able to continue with a low score there. Basement Apes Magnum Opus. What is that scroll? Look, Rastan, control yourself, man. Could the scroll be a continue when you pick it up? Surely not. No scroll appears on the screen of mystery. Alright. Bloody Dracula boss here. Oh, he nearly completely wiped him out. Dealt with. I don't know if Akivashta has ever appeared in a video game. The only one I haven't seen enough to see if she does would be Conan the Cimmerian on DOS and Amiga. I had trouble getting that running. Akivashta being like the only vampire in any of Howard's Conan stories. Who of course had a lot of comic appearances after, in later ages. Conan the Cimmerian, I thought Akivashta might be shoehorned in there. She's a compelling character. She's probably in Age of Conan, not Age of Conan, yeah, Age of Conan. Probably in Age of Conan somewhere. It's probably a raid boss or something stupid like that. And the interesting thing is, in Hour of the Dragon, she's basically there just to be padding, to make the story longer. Because Howard, you get paid by the word. You know, so you gotta, sometimes, or a certain page count has to be filled. So you write more, you get paid more. Oh! Look at this! The skeleton self-burial move. Oh, the harpy swoop. Got the armature, but I don't think it matters on this kind of low health. Yep. Oh, the chimera! Magic sword. Oh. You can't continue, I bet, yeah, banned. Alright, Vader, enough of this. I'll come back to that. I feel like I've powered up enough with the traditions of Rastan. So we've played the arcade version. We've played a couple of home versions to get calibration for what we're going to see. The newly updated Amiga version of Rastan by the well-remarked upon Basement Ape, who is such a hero that he has taken up this gauntlet. He has taken up this cup, this grail, the task of bringing Rastan to the Amiga, right? And making many fascinating changes that I've seen so far. Now, I've made a point of downloading this. Let me get to my games folder. Here, games, glyph. Lady Tiger, which was great. I'm looking at my directories here. Just type it in. Here we are. Now this should be it. I'll have to make sure the configuration is correct. No, not Time Gal. Not Lorna either. Okay. Configurations. This one. Load. Imports. This one. And I have to meddle with the floppy drives. Eject Shadow of the Beast 2, which is permanently in there because when I saved the configuration, it was in the drive. And insert Rastan. Rastan Alpha _ 050. 0.50. 0.50. This is the latest version. Ka-chunk. And I better get ready with the volume thing, otherwise it's going to be too loud. Start! This is it. Oh, yeah. This is the business of the day. Listen to that awesome noise. Rastan. Press fire. The Amiga version. I used to be a thief and murderer, otherwise I could not survive in such difficult times. Sit beside me and listen to my tale of days full of adventure. Look at that. The fire sword, the axe. Gold Ram it's called here in this version. I call it the Fleece. Its official name is, in the arcade version, is Gold Sheep. You could probably do a Mega Drive version of this. Like the Amiga and the... I don't know if they're similar hardware-wise, but they seem to have a Concord with they seem to have some sort of accord with how relatively close they are in general use. Look at this. The poison. Minus 33% health. Big penalty there. It's not that damaging in the arcade version. Oh, they both have the same processor. Well. That'll explain some of it then. And that's why games like Blades of Vengeance feel like, wow, this would fit right in on the Amiga, you know? Let's play it. Let's play it. Rastan. Oh! 1 button. 2 button. What if I push 2 button? Or stage select? I don't know about this. Just start game. This is like the old streams. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is a homebrew conversion of Rastan. Ah, look, it looks so good. Look at this. Second button works. Oh, the high jump isn't done in the same fashion though. We'll see. Look how good it is. Basement Ape strikes again. Everything's redrawn, right? Newly reconstructed sprites. They're not imported. There seems to be an auto fire. Oh no. When I push the button, he does 2 swings. Or does he do... If I push the button once, he does 2 swings. And if I hold it down, he does... Oh, if I push it once, he does 1. If I hold it down, he does 2. It's like UN Squadron based firing. So this may be the true version. It's almost certainly the true version amongst home computers. And it may be the true version when it's complete. It may be the true version of Rastan in general. There's the axe. How do I attack upwards? Oh, maybe that's it. I can attack down. I can't do an upward thrust though, so I don't know about that. I'm sure I could do that in previous versions of this. Maybe 2-button control is actually not fully working as intended. This is fully great. See, this is what by rights should have happened in '87. Look at that. That's a strong Rastanian image. The sword and the skulls there. That's the game over symbol. No doubt denoting a checkpoint. That's right, and the earlier versions also had moving platforms instead of ropes. No doubt because the ropes are difficult to do. So they didn't mess with it. They didn't have half-assed ropes. Basement Ape wisely just put platforms in. Maybe fully realised ropes will come later, but they don't have to. Look at how many fireballs we can have on screen at once. The magic sword. Let's go back to axe. Without being able to attack directly upwards. The devil. Those stones, I can't avoid them in the Rastan fashion, I don't think. I think yeah, the music's just right on. The background's great. Oh, I got a fleece. The devil's a lot easier to deal with from the ground. They've got a weird hitbox in the arcade version. as befitting a devil. Got a very broad attack box here. Ah. The screenshots of this, super intriguing. Remember when we cleared the old version of this, it had screenshots of the next stage and there's like new enemies? Yeah, I couldn't do an up thrust, but whatever way you do the up thrust. Now, normally when you're playing with a one button configuration, up will be jump in this game, so I don't know. Look at the new graphics for the Sorcerer's Palace. Right? All new. And it's completely enclosed here, like there's no window to the outside. It's the interior. These braziers are new. Looks phenomenal. The enemies are behaving authentically. Those reliefs in the background there. New business. Oh no. Oh, you kind of can. You can't make progress with the wall jumping there, but when we come up here, it's the tops of the mountain. Just beautiful. Holiday. That was an interesting game, Holiday. Thanks, Colin. Yeah, I like the white fires. They've got a mystical quality. It's great atmosphere for a Sorcerer's Palace, right? And the method, the arcade method against the boss doesn't work. You've got a different sort of boss strategy you've got to figure out and employ, which is going to be super interesting against subsequent bosses. So I'm in two minds about this. Like, I was thinking, man, I should just wait until it's fully complete. And I don't know that this doesn't have all the levels, actually. I didn't fiddle with the level selector there, remember? But it's been advanced somewhat. So it implies there's at least another level. See, this is what the Commodore 64 version should have done instead of having botched right. Actually, it couldn't do moving platforms either, never mind. Those were the great challenge of the game, not any of the enemies. We can see where the checkpoints are. That's new, actually, the checkpoints, I think. Here's a tomb with an inscription. Here in this obscure place. Levels like this are really interesting. Oh, look at that. Levels like this are interesting because they belong to someone lives here, but they're almost intraversable by anybody except like a barbarian. Hinting at the supernatural nature of this palace's master. That's what I always enjoyed about Castlevania. How Castle Dracula's a ruin, right? As it was in the original novel and most depictions, it's a ruin. All of it's falling down, but it's not a problem to Dracula, who can turn into mist and traverse at will. You know, he doesn't need stairs, so you can have half a staircase on a wall. Right. The sorcerer can probably levitate up here. Or maybe, considering what he seems to be, he just never leaves his chamber. Here is his chamber, by the way. These new graphics are phenomenal. I gave this 6 out of 10, or 6 out of 5 on the Amiga Game Jam. Amongst the judges, I was the only one who had a strong understanding of the nature of Rastan. Oh, look at this. Look at the boss now. Oh! Alright. Just trying to get in position there. The ye old? Yeah, wonderful nostalgia. I'm getting nostalgia for like my old streams, actually. Oh god. Alright, we got him. No problem. No problem. Now let's see level 2. This is great. These streams in the Age of Mystery have been more like the old streams than when I'd play Shadow of the Beast 2 and things. They're quite like, they feel like those olden day streams from years ago. You're a brave fighter to have cleared such a difficult stage. Oh, look at this. Look at these woodlands. It's fascinating that he hasn't copied the style of the arcade game in the backgrounds. He's redrawn the backgrounds in a new style. What a fascinating atmosphere. This game sounds good. Oh, the snakes and they're lunging. Ah, new warrior! Yes, yes, I recognize you from the screenshots. Look at him. Oh, he takes many hits and he's got a throwing thing. Oh, I see. New enemy. Holy smokes. Get out of here, the devil. Oh, the spindly killerfish, new sprite. There's the mud pits. There's a mega barbarian. Yeah, we can blow him away with the axe. That's good. What happens in the mud pits? Do they kill you? Or do they just bog you like in the arcade? We're reloading. That first boss was very satisfying. With the rapid attack function we seem to have, I was able to go, like this. Stand in front of him and attack repeatedly. I'm going to get in a mud pit next time I see one and see what it does. These barbarians from some other tribe, right? Corrupted by the sorcerer's magic. That's how you can tell they're not barbarian heroes. That's why I'm not particularly drawn to like the armies of chaos in Warhammer with their barbarian warrior theme. Those are defined by yielding and surrendering to like the corruptive forces. Whereas your barbarian hero, they're all about being slaves. A barbarian is defined by his freedom. A barbarian hero, that is. I don't know about that axe. Oh, the water! I didn't realise that the water would be there to catch me so directly. Oh, press fire to continue. Look at that great Rastanian portrait there, authentic to the arcade game. That's why their army is called Slaves to Darkness. Yeah, Sigmar is very much a Conan style, or Conan inspired sort of character. This conversion rules, man. Like, look at it. When you retrieve, that's such great. That's something that the warriors do in the sorceress palace, because they take 2 hits, they retreat when you hit them once, so you can't just go and hit them twice and delete them. You only earn that right when you've got like a superior weapon. The mud pits just kill you instantly. Alright. That means that the worst part of the game isn't going to be here, where you have to button mash to get out of this stupid mud pit. Did I just respawn forward? This is the 2-tier part from the arcade game where there's like a log, which is not present here. Alright, don't fall in that water there. You got to be careful, Rastan. Where's the Amazon women? Have we traded the Amazon women for the rival barbarians? I'd really love to see the Basement 8 version of the Amazon woman, actually. Great. They may have returned to the moon. No, too rock. Yeah. He looks a bit too Rockian. What awaits us in the second sorcerer's castle? What's the second sorcerer going to be like? Because I name him Vampire, remember? There's some South American looking imagery. Oh, look at that. Whoa! Whoa! Another new enemy! Another tribesman. Oh, can I strike his throwing weapon? Look at this. These are giving context to the spears, right? Giving them a face to thrust out from, giving them extra sort of contextual meaning. Whoa, Spear Master. Oh, he can summon rocks. He's a shaman of some sort. He calls upon the spirits of the earth. This is great. Basement 8. The master of Rastan conversion. Oh, damn it. Oh, the land of Karamoon. That was great, hey? The bloody snail asking us if we really want to go back to Karamoon. Okay. Yeah, you get to see them coming a little more, the spears. They're less likely to surprise you. I wonder if that'll be true of the rock spikes in the cave levels. So, putting these shaman men in here is really interesting, because that's like a forecho of the haunted stones in the later cave levels, right? Where the rocks are just floating of their own accord. Because the presence of the dragon sort of upends the laws of nature, so to speak. It's a supernatural being. And like a vampire, just it being there sort of upsets the natural order. Oh, I don't have to push the attack button in midair to do this. I just hold down and he does the thrust. Oh! Damn. That's correct, though, an instant death from the spike. If by some miracle this version could have, or one like it, could have existed in 87 or 88 or 89 or any time during the Amiga's lifespan, it'd be hailed as a... Hey, wait a minute, why did it put me there? No, it's a little weird. It's putting me in strange... I'm never quite ready for that. Like, the fireball tells me the pit's there. I'm just seeing an oath and sliding into it because I can't see the end of the slope quick enough. No, this is the slope. We'll hold back. That'll give us enough time to realise what's happening before we go to our doom. Watch out, Rastan. Oh, God. Oh! We're going to have to be very careful with this. I'll continue. This conversion is great. I think Basement Ape's really to be commended. Yeah, it's a circlet that he's wearing. This feels very much like the arcade game in a lot of ways. It feels like something I've wanted for a long time, which is like new Rastan levels. This is like a remixed version of Rastan, which I value most highly. Okay, watch out. You can't mess around with these spikes. Or these ones. I like the rapid attack we've sort of got going on here. It's like the diamond ring doesn't seem to be in the game, so we have like a rapid attack by default. Very interesting. I think that's probably the ultimate kind of like ROM hack or homebrew version of a game that you enjoy, is like something that gives it new levels. It's like me liking Hexen and then coming across a really good Hexen campaign to play, you know? The Doom games are really spoiled for that because there's so many sets of new levels and stuff that you can play through. Doom games and all the Doom variants, they have that advantage. Whereas like a lot of arcade games, as much as you love them, no new levels are really appearing. Like you like Final Fight, and if you've mastered it, you'll never have a new level to master unless you get into some conversions or by some miracle someone makes them for you. Does some new background graphics even, theoretically. Right? Wouldn't that be a thing? Section there reinforcing that you can in fact walk over the spikes when they're at their low point. Alright, let's see the second sorcerer. A credit to id that the Doom engine is so versatile and evergreen. Alright. Open air! Completely different character! New boss, it's what the Amazon women have been folded into one Queen of the Moon here. Oh, she's got all sorts of sword moves. This is great. This is all new Rastaning. It's all new! New Rastan! Make it new! Umberto Eco. This is his favourite version. But damn it. Alright, watch out. She can... She's a vampire. This is Akifasta. In spirit, if not in body. But probably in body, too. Oh, she's tough. This is great. This is the best stuff. This is the best stuff. She's good. What do you think I should do there? Can I get underneath her, maybe? There's a time to attack, and I think the crouch is the way. Of course it's Well, who that lives or is dead would not have this as their favourite version? Sparrowgrass? He played this for inspiration whilst writing The Name of the Rose. Alright. I really feel like I need a big jump here, eh? Doing stuff. Alright, I got you. Oh no, she went into a low attack there. Oh god, Rastan, we're in trouble. Alright. Akivasta. Oh, whoa. He's got me cornered. Oh, I got her! Just stand in front of her and attack repeatedly, the old way. No 3-hit bosses here. It's all new. You're a brave fighter to have completed. End of demo! Oh, no! The basement ape. Oh, see you in another 3 years. Oh, no. End of demo. Just play it again. One button. Let's try one button. Yeah, 2 stages. This is brilliant work. This is brilliant work. What does he need? Does he need funding? What does he need? What does he need to complete this? Or to continue it? Maybe it's one of those things where it can't be rushed. Where if you rushed it, it'd suck. Where it just has to come. It just has to emerge like a great masterpiece. Right? You think Richard Dadd could have possibly have rushed the Fairy Fella's masterstroke? No. It took 9 years. It took 9 years to paint that. I'm playing it again. This is great. This is unheard of Rastaning. And you know, it's kind of a tragedy that I'm going to be playing like every advancement. Every time there's an update, I'm going to be playing it. Because if I could time travel to the future when it's complete and play it whole and in one breath, then I think my heart would be just fulfilled. It would be a completed project, like Rastan-wise. My heart would be full of Rastan. I would overflow with my love for it. Like in the end of First Blood. Be wonderful. The book, not the film. I think I like the button jump better. Up to jump is still keen though, because it's like the ways of old. Oh, this is so good. Like, he didn't put just a boring platform, it's a characterful platform. This isn't the first time there's been new Rastan. Like, Master System and MSX versions are arguably like new Rastans of their age. Rastan needs life breathed into it at all times. You need hands that care about it. Uncynical, genuine hands like basement apes. You need the hands of an ape. If I had the skills to do this, and I did this, it wouldn't be as good as this. I wouldn't have done it this way. It would have been worse. Oh, did I just do a big jump? I don't know if I did or not. You need that guy who did those highlight videos of some of my streams once. He did 2 of them, and they were really good. Should have hired him as an editor to help me make my YouTube videos, because that's what's killing me. Is trying to edit it so that it looks nice. And I'm not a very good editor. I only want basic stuff done, though. It's like, it's so basic, but it's such a struggle at the same time to do the easy things. I find it so hard. Great. Yeah, basic stuff. I can do basic stuff okay, but I'm using like an open source editor, and I guess it's not as good as one of the fancy ones. So things have to be done the hard way. Like I have to type in coordinates, and I can't just drag something to a location. I've got to type in the coordinates of where I want it to be. Oh no! Oh, what did I do that for? What an oaf! What do they cost? What does it cost to hire an editor? You gotta trust them with all of your work. You gotta trust them with your sacred footage. And then you have to go through like the part where you have to tell them that what they did isn't what you want, and to change it. It's always a little awkward. That, you know, never been much of a boss like that. You know? No, we can't do it like that. Do it like this instead. Oh, see, I did a strange floating jump. Did I bounce off the bat? I think it's a curse, actually, that Windows discontinued Windows Movie Maker that I used to make all my videos on. Because the limitations, they were so easy. Never had any problems with it. I never thought of trying to do things a different way. And then they discontinued it with this version of Windows, and you just can't have it anymore. And what they put on there is garbage. Yeah, that's how it is, Code Unit. That's how it is. Everything's got to get worse. Everything consumer has to get worse. You need basement apian cowboys to make things better. Passionate, driven fans of things to make them better. Notepad was destroyed? Oh my god. Up. Oh man. Did I die twice? Did my death continue into the checkpoint? Then I died again, now I'm reloading? I don't know. Notice how it's not the exact tile set used in both Sorcerer's Palaces. It's like different. There's a different atmosphere in the next one. This is a lot of work Basement Ape's doing. Like, if every level is going to have slightly its own flavor, which is so good because it's like you're traveling to these different lands, right? That are in fact distant. I wonder if I have to touch the sword in order to get the benefit of the sword there. Yeah, Freppy, you put it well. It feels like an expansion to the original Rastan. Expansion pack. Arcade expansion packs aren't unknown. But it feels like what that might have been if Rastan had ever gotten one. Very cool. I don't often call things cool, but it is. Right. warranted. Pillars in shadow back there. Alright, the first sorcerer. What if I just stay in front of him and attack repeatedly? I'm not taking much. Oh, the armature is reducing the damage I'm taking. My armor is what saved me there. No problem. Yes, Flopsy Doodle, the Amiga version. Recently updated by Basement 8. The developer of this particular edition. Doing tremendous work. It's an update to the arcade version. Almost a sequel in a lot of senses. Like, this is a sequel in the same sense that Doom 2 is a sequel to Doom 1. New enemies. No new weapons yet, but there's a new boss. The second boss is a remix of the first boss, except now it's like an Incan moon goddess vampire instead of like a dude. Maybe an Olmec moon goddess. I don't know. It's a mystery. The armature's back. See, we've got these new warrior enemies. Part of her tribe. See, they make sense now. They're not just some arbitrary barbarian warrior that we fight. They're part of, like, her cult, I suppose. All this personality, new sort of personality has been injected in. These levels have been redrawn, redrafted, actually, would be a good way of saying it. Yeah, this is the one button. I did 2 button, now I'm having 1 button. I'll take the low road. The magic sword is very powerful because it's got apparently no limit to the number of projectiles you can have on screen. Oh damn, there's water down there. Oh god. It's kind of interesting that there's no, the high jump doesn't seem to be present and the up thrust doesn't seem to be present. So, like, you remove those things that are fairly inherent to Rastan. That means you don't have to think about them in the level design. You can have, like, level design that has a different sort of structure inherent to it, I suppose. I prefer the 2-button way. What's level 3 gonna be like? We saw that warrior there in the screenshots when we first played, like, the early version of this. This is a massive update to this, though. It's 2 levels of... I guess there's no guarantee that there's not going to be more levels than were in the original version either. The new enemies both have 2 attacks as well. I'm just mowing them down, so I'm not showing them off. But here, watch. He's got an overhand blow and he's got a throw of the blade there. Great stuff, right? I don't mind the slowdown. That's a very natural slowdown. It's not a chaotic slowdown where your inputs are removed and stuff like that and you lose control of the character. This is a natural computer game slowdown. It's like a controlled slowdown. And not what happens to, like, Lorna, where frames just go missing and you teleport all over the place. So the slightly simplified game rules might well be to its strength, I reckon. We've got to be careful here. Make sure we can see the platform. Oh. Spindly killerfish. Oh, accidental leap. Oh, that's a hazard of the up to jump method. That cloak there. So my damage is reduced by 15% or something. Whereas that's another simplified rule, actually. The arcade version, this reduces damage from magical attacks. Mr. Radon, look! This is the updated version of the homebrew Amiga version of Rastan. That's a nice whistle. Oh, damn! I accidentally pushed the button to jump there. This rules! This is so good. New weapons are possible. Anything's possible at this point. Have we seen a flail? Have I picked up a flail? I think it's just been axes and the magic sword so far. There might be fewer weapons. The enemies have got new weapons. New enemies. I absolutely love the new version of the second sorcerer. There's a sorceress now. And doesn't die so quickly, you don't get to see the wings unfold. In the official sort of lore, the four sorcerers are like four kings who have been corrupted by the dragon. What's the dragon gonna be like? Yeah, you feel very powerful when you have the magic sword, as you should. I wonder if it runs out, because I've been changing weapons as a general thing, so I don't know if it runs out. It does, no doubt, and should. Oh, spindly killerfish. I trusted the magic stones to fall in my favor there. I'm also going to use that line in Vegas when I'm playing craps. I'd like to go to Vegas. I'm not really into gambling so much. It's one of those... Vegas and New York and things like that, Americans somewhat take them for granted, somewhat not, but to us they're like mythical cities that exist only in Fantasyland, like in the movies. They're these mythical places. So interesting that visiting them might actually break the spell. Maybe I'll just stay here. Maybe I just don't go to America. How about that? What if I just stay here and continue dreaming? All those places, we only really imagine them because we only know them through, likewise, imaginary versions. We never really experience the real thing as a general experience. Vegas is empty now. Good, room for me. Coming in, I'm going to take over. Uh-oh. Ah, damn. I was kind of counting on him retreating when I hit him. Perth, very similar. Yeah, I've never been to Perth. It's about as far away from here as you can get. Yeah, I'm a great fan of the old loading songs. Pinball Hall of Fame. You gotta treat those warriors with a measure of caution, I reckon. Me first, I reckon. Ooh, watch out. Can't get drawn into fighting under the spikes. Rastan is slain instantly by such weapons. With these shamans here. So they also fill in for the wizards that appear in the sorcerer's card, which are like the apprentices of the sorcerer, right? They have some minor measure of magic they've learned from him. Well, they are like subordinates to the sorceress here. Oh, come on, I wanted to jump. I couldn't get my thumb up into jump position quick enough. It was hard to go from holding back to up forward there. This is just wonderful. I wouldn't mind playing the earlier version actually and seeing how some of the subtler advancements, if there's any. Okay, I can't jump off the slope here. What's going on? Oh, I know, Rastan. Maybe I should go visit the Colosseum. Go to Italy. Right? Or Greece. Get some ancient ruin experience. Ah! Oh god! Accidental second jump there. Nearly took me into the spike. The shamans. That's a unique attack, man. There's nothing like that in original Rastan where they summon a rock. The rocks, the crashing rocks do exist that fall down from the ceiling, but there's no enemy that summons it. Okay, Rastan. Oh, he will not jump off this slope. I don't get it. I was able to jump to get the axe. Maybe it's a button to jump thing. Yeah, it's not accepting upward things. Shouldn't be a problem. Yep. But I like that they left the half-armored warriors in still, though. Those are good. Okay. He will not jump there. That's a big mystery. He won't jump. So I jump for him. I'm gonna have to go back to button mode. I want to have another playthrough. Here's Rastan. Contrarian. He won't jump. Ugh. Yeah, maybe you can only jump once. That doesn't make any sense, though, right? Ooh. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I can only jump. But I got that on button jump mode. I'm going to let timer run out and come back in button jump mode. Button jump. Button jump mode I can jump. That must be one of the secret bugs, the Basement 8 bugs that have to be. 2-button feels better, for definite. Let's play it again. Hmm? Do you ever play Far Cry Primal? There's a boss fight with like a shamaness in that game. That's really good. In front of an eclipse. It's really like a beautiful boss battle. That's the only Far Cry game I like. And the only one I've played much, because I don't like the others much. Oh no, wait, I played through Far Cry 3 for some reason, when I was sick once. Sometimes when I'm ill, I play games I don't normally play, and then they become associated with sickness. But I didn't like Far Cry before that. I think it was 3. Anyway, I liked Far Cry Primal a lot. I wish it was better. They want you to be a hunter, but they have very boring, like... They don't allow you to... They don't have, like, a mechanism that properly reflects, like, hunting. It's like highlighting trails and things like that, but there's nothing to represent the uncanny ability to track things and recognize things that aren't ordinarily recognized that are satisfying. Like, long distance, mammoth passed here, like, 3 days ago kind of hunting, you know what I mean? None of that. I'm going to keep this magic sword and see if it lasts. Oh god, there's 8 enemies down here waiting for me. Oh yeah, Blood Dragon. I should try that. It was well favoured at the time. Uh-oh. My magic swords won't run out. So it does end, that's good. It's good to know. Here's some of these mountain pools. They're poisonous. Oh, we have the rod. See the rod behaving normally there, I think? The rod's function in the arcade is when you kill an enemy and you're holding the rod, any enemy of the same kind on the screen also dies. And I think that just happened. There's a Nuki 22 with 17 devil. Look at this. Big update to Basement Apes. Magnificent conversion of Rastan to the Amiga. Which is shocking, really, that Rastan didn't have a conversion on the Amiga. I bet you at some point there was one at least planned, if not being worked on. And then got cancelled for whatever reason, who knows. You know what's interesting is when you select Rastan in the categories, it gives you Bob Wakeland's artwork. That's another point of interest here on Twitch. It gives you Bob Wakeland's great artwork for the home ports of Rastan. So, for Twitch at least, the Wakeland artwork is the official artwork. And that means that both Boris Vallejo and Earl Norham live on as prime Rastan influences through Twitch, and their decision to use whatever database they're drawing their stuff on. For good or ill. I don't know. Anyway, I like the theme of Far Cry Primal. It's prehistoric stuff is a little bit unusual in gaming. It's not touched on very often. And I thought Primal was good because it was also a heroic sort of action and adventure. With lots of really good environments. Some interesting, like, premises that were going on. The poor Neanderthals, the tragedy of the Neanderthals. Really enjoyed that, actually. I've played it through... Well, I've played it through once and then, like, 70 to 80% through a couple of other times before thinking, I've had enough of this. The character also is a bit of a beast master, so you get that kind of barbarian archetype as well. He's the hero of his tribe. And I find the theme much more interesting than military commando action, which I'm not generally that enamored with. I've heard they are. I've got a bit. I've heard they are. I'm starting to get hungry, though. I'm going to have a big dinner in a minute. Alright, the first boss. We don't have armature to save us this time. Uh-oh. Oh, those daggers up there. All four of them. Oh. There, got him. Like that. Not too difficult, not too difficult. Dealt with. You were a brave fighter to have completed such a difficult stage. I'm so used to saying cleared. Jeremy Terry, well met. How goes? I shall have fun indeed. You too. Whatever you do and wherever you go. Uh-oh. Oh, the armature. I caught myself pushing up to jump there. Oh, the big man. Oh, bloody devil. These mud pools look really good. Better than the arcade version, actually, considering they are now in... Oh, damn, that... I wanted to land and crouch. I didn't exactly want to instantly plummet. They have an instant death function now, as you can see. So they're more sinister looking and dark. And thankfully, it excludes the worst part of the game from happening. I guess up to jump kind of excludes the worst part of the game from happening, because you can't exactly mash jump if it's up. That's not a physical feat that you'd want to do with a joystick. Or a pad, for that matter. Smashing a button really occupies the whole hand. You don't just do it with... when you're going at high speeds, you don't just do it with one finger. It takes the whole hand and the forearm and goes all the way up to the shoulder. It's almost a full body move. Magic cloak. Which now doesn't protect you from magical attacks specifically, it just has a lesser damage reduction than the armature. Oh, the magic sword. Now all enemies crumble. Attrition bats. This version has the least objectionable, or least, like, perilous attrition bats as well, which is an interesting move. Perhaps because the lack of an up thrust is sort of means they can't be as aggressive as they used to be. Okay, now don't just go off the bottom of the rope here. Just wait. Ah! Look at the positioning of that fleece. We'll never get it. I got it on the back swing of my axe there. Trust the stones. This is the Amiga version, unhinged NPC, homebrew by Basement A. It's unfinished, so it's well unfinished, but this is the latest update, which has got the second level, including the highly updated second boss, which rules. It's just great. This has every chance of being the true version, like in total. But that implies it supplants the original, like... I think that's a bit of a stretch. Like, if you're going to play Rastan at all, the true version is the one you play, right? I don't know if this is that. I don't know. It's a different version. Expansion pack, remix, DX. They use a lot of terms for what this is. The only term I want to use is beautiful. It's a beautiful version. Alright, here's the section. Ah, no problem with the button. Wonder what's going on there. Just a quirk of the up input on that part of the slope? You know, the Rastanian Council. Oh, damn, I forgot about this. Forgot that wasn't a long slope. Pardon me. We need to convene the Rastanian Council. All the chief Rastan enthusiasts meet together once per moon to dispense wisdom on matters Rastan. Dispense wisdom. If you could call it wisdom. Just wait there, Rastan. Careful. Tricky part here, isn't it? You get a fair bit of leeway with the spikes retracting there. Alright, here she is. The second sorcerer's new form. Which may be Akivasta, it's hard to say. She's definitely an Akivastarian character. McCaw's probably wiser than me. He might be exercising the big willpower of waiting until it's finished. I have to look at it. Ah! To me, this is the Gorgon's head. I can't not look at it. Oh, the low sweep. Oh, damn it, I'm not safe. Oh, we got her. No problem. That moon in the background completes that scene. It's so beautiful. The song of your people, yeah. End of demo. These transfixing words punch straight through the chest into the heart. Like ice. Ah, wonderful. Alpha 0.50. Does that mean that there's 0.50 left to do? This is the Amiga version Major Malfunction. And it's great. It's great. It's great. It's in the annals of legend. If it doesn't get another update, then I'll be thinking about it forever. But in order for it not to be a tragedy, it has to be finished. It has to transcend tragedy. Let's load an earlier version and see. How do I... Here. Eject. I'll load an earlier version. Rastan Amiga. 0.32. This is an earlier version. And we'll see. Kapow. Oh, crap. Hang on. I forgot the difference between reset and restart here. That means I have to reconfigure the game ports to use the right thing. And the floppy drives. Eject Shadow of the Beast 2. Let's just look at it. This one only has the first level. Yeah, a year, a few years. But it gives me something to look forward to, doesn't it? Adds a little spice to the life. Having to wait for Rastan. I'm on the hook for this. I'm on the hook. There's no out. Earlier version, earlier. The Scorpion engine. Rastan Birth of King. What is that? Kalman filter. It was a riddle. No, it's different to being on the lam, I think. Alright. No further menuing to do. Oh, score's loaded. Yeah, this is true load speed here. This is the true load speed. It's been refined since then. Since this, I should say. Here we are. Oh! Button to jump and up to jump. Yeah, no up thrust in the old version either. Ooh, was this here on the... This skull pillar in the later version? Maybe it was? We've got to go down the pit, don't we? There's the attrition bats. I don't know if we had that Katang weapon noise either. A fan-made Master System Rastan 2? That just means I've got to get through Rastan on the Master System even more. Holy smokes, that's new. The game is currently under development 7 years ago. Oh no. I'm going to have to advance my time-traveling skills even more. I think the magic sword has been buffed between versions actually, because you can attack faster. These are the new checkpoints, are there? Because at this point there was a checkpoint, not a head on a pike. I wonder if the heads on the pikes are going to reappear elsewhere. Nonetheless, they're very reminiscent of Barbarian 2 head on pike. Which is Snuffle Snort, other sword. There's the axe. Yep. The Katang is an original Rastan move as well. There was a bug in this version where you could separate your upper body from your lower body somehow, revealing the multiple sprites in use. There's some way of doing it on the ropes, I think. But no, it's so it plays just like Rastan should. Attacking while moving, big momentum. That's a little different in this version, the end of the level. Yeah, the fighting style of the barbarian is instinctual, not learned in some fighting school. It's wild, really throws like practiced fencers off. This is like how Conan's fighting is described. These graphics, man, the new graphics, the braziers and the reliefs in the background. There's some graphical yahooing in the background there for good measure. How do you do that old glitch? I don't know. It doesn't have the double attack function. That's to make button mashing easier, probably, you know, where you hold the button down and he does 2 attacks. There's still no flail in the new version. Maybe there'll be no flail. That's where the checkpoint is in the newer version. Ah! Oh no! Oh well. I'm interested to see if the boss fight was changed a little bit, actually. I think it might have been. In, between this version and the later one. The latest one, I should call it. Oh. Blades of fire? What's that? Do I know what it is? I don't know. What is it? Ah! Blades of fire. It's not on my radar. Sounds good. Good title. Demo? Sounds good. Oh god, I'm in the same scenario I was in before, these warriors. The bat. Gotta get beyond the spikes. I like that they recognize that's how the warriors fight, as you hit them and then they retreat. The Soul's like, never mind. Maybe I'll look at it, I don't know. Alright, let's see. Because I remember fighting this boss and it was a little more methodical than it was in the original Dark Souls. Isn't that Demon Souls? I don't really want to play any of them. There he is. Oh yeah. Well, maybe it's just the same, or very similar. Can't attack him as fast. You have a slower attack because it's like the diamond ring has been bestowed upon Rastan as a general thing. You have a fast attack in the later, or faster. It's faster. That's the end of the demo. That's the end of the original, or the older demo. I have to stop streaming. Getting too hungry to continue. I think Basement Ape is to be commended. End of demo, yeah. We've had plenty of Aztec sorcerers. End of demo. And banned from demo, too. Banned from demo. See here, look. This is what we've been tantalized with for years now. Brand new enemies, reimagined levels and bosses. Great. Just great. Shaping up to be brilliant. Man, maybe he'll just finish it and the next release will be just like 1.0, 1.12 or so, like some whatever. Basement Ape. You have my admiration for your work. Right? I like it. I'm really into it. As a Rastan enthusiast, this is what the world needed. Right? For people like me, who value Rastan and think the arcade game is brilliant, what we needed is more of the same, but different. You know what I mean? This is the stuff. That's it. That's right. I'm going to load up the later demo again for good measure. I shouldn't have closed it like that, actually. That was oaf of me. Eject. Commence. It's such a thrill to see all the differences, you know what I mean? It's to be so experienced with the arcade game and to see it basically through fresh eyes. It's so wonderful. There's real magic, real energy. Right in the nerves. Just great. This is what I want. Two button. Startle. Like that. Yeah, he's got work ahead of him. I'm sure he's ahead of this. Like I would doubt that he just finished version 0.50 and then released it that same day. I think he's probably ahead of it. Oh yeah, the speed of the attack. So there's no decapitated skull on a spike here. It's an important change. One that we should not ignore. There may have been some sound effect there when I picked up the weapon, but I'm not certain. Look at the speed of the attack we have in this version. It's like the diamond ring is permanently with us. This will be the final attempt. And I have to stop my stream and have dinner. You know, because I'm hungry. Hungry for more Rastan. I might even have takeaway. I don't know what's going to happen. I might have burger. What if I have burger? Yeah, Taito's Rastan. So this is a new pattern in this version as well in the level. There was just a gap you jump over and you don't see that there's a weapon down here waiting for you in the old demo. So there's a little bit of level design there for clarity. You can tell there's like two paths there. Get out of here, the Chimera. Why? They sponsor his stream now? Poor McCall. That means he has to eat KFC at all times. Oh, bloody hell. I failed to parry the hurled rods of that beast. Have no fear. I guess it's not much different, actually. You have burger right now, Alex Murphy? Oh my god. I'm so hungry. This feels extremely good to play. No, you can't do that. Not really in this version. You can't do the wall jumps. Which is good. I actually think it's better without them. Yeah, Rastan grunts when you jump in the arcade. What if there's secret he's added? Grunting is new? Surely not. Maybe it is. You might be right. I don't know. Thought I was an expert at this. Because you wouldn't want to have grunting on when you're trying to get out of the mud pits. Yeah. Gonna have to solve the mystery of the grunts now. If it's not in the arcade, then that's an interesting thing. Because it feels natural for it to be there. He does grunt. Okay, cool. I was going to say. I don't think I've gone mad. Feels natural. Oh, it's the first sorcerer. Just attrition him down. No match. I don't know if Rastan's sword had those prongs. The handguards on the hilt there. It's not that kind of sword. In that image. New feature. Prongs. Alright, big dealings now. It's forest. It's a bit less rainforesty. Well, it's not a rainforest at all in this version. It had a rainforest style atmosphere in the first one. I think it's apt that it has an Amiga release now. Feels like something that should have happened of old. Licensing? What do you mean, Rob Jedi? It's not official. This is a homebrew. An Amiga enthusiast taking umbrage with the past and whatever spectres caused there not to be an Amiga version of Rastan when there should have been. Going up for the axe. This is one of the most admirable homebrew projects I've seen. Righting the wrongs of the past. Yeah, that's right. Banishing those old spectres. This kingfish has got the better than me there. Got to remember that pushing down causes you to plummet, so I can't use it like forward leap sort of aggression patterns anymore. It's not an option. I think I got a fleece in the midst of all that. Hornet. New Hornet sprite looks good too. A lot of these redrawn sprites, like the snake and the... They're all redrawn. Some of them have substantial redesigns. They look very good. Beautiful colours. A somber colour palette this game has. Ah, like that. Yeah, that's the thing. This would have always been possible on the Amiga during the old era. It runs on like a stock Amiga 500, which is like what the emulators can configured to be like. Be gone, shaman. These are warriors of the sorceress. Up. The rod. No, yeah, you're fine. Thought I noted something, but it was false. Alright, the ultimate boss of this version. These disc noises, the stuff of dreams. Especially for me, I didn't have a disk drive. This was all mystery. There she is. Oh, the backslash. Oh, damn. I thought I might have cornered her there. Not so. There you go. Great scene. Who knows what sacrifices were made upon that altar. But there's no screenshot teasing the next version. No screenshot teasing the next version, so we don't know what's ahead. That's both good and ill. That is both good and ill. Great version. Alright. Basement Ape is a king for doing this. And in such style. Beautiful. I think it's wonderful, and I can't wait for more. And kapow. I'd say I can't wait for more, but do take your time. Like, don't rush it. Don't rush it, but please don't take forever either. Don't let it be unfinished. Otherwise, the bin of tragedy will have another layer. And my heart cannot take that. Many more battle scenes will soon be available. Hey, what was that a line from? That's an arcade game line. What is it, Alex Murphy? Many more battle scenes will soon be available. Oh, the SNES game. Rush to ball. Well, Space Harrier, that's it. Good work. Good work. Many more battle scenes will soon be available. That's good stuff. I think she's a vampire, Mr. Kalman Filter. That's my interpretation, because the second boss in original Rastan is a vampire, according to the lore revealed to me by, I think, the Master System manual. 100% health there. Yeah, no flail in this version, at least not yet. Amiga version, Eric Thon. Music and audio, JMD, Eric Thon and Tasak. Airrock and the Scorpion Engine, etc. Eric Thon. Not merely the Basement Ape. His name revealed. Great stuff. Let me just go and look on the website and see if it's been updated. Just in case. Like, what if there's an update? Rastan for the Amiga 500 by Basement Ape. No new screenshots either. Oh, some bug reports. Oh, I'm glad I didn't see any of these screenshots. Would have spoiled it for me. Super good. Anyway, I have to halt here. I cannot continue. Sorry, everybody. I can't continue. I've done what I came to accomplish, and now I have to go back into my crypt to await further adventures of Rastan, which one day will encompass a new update to this, perhaps even the full version. But more immediately, for Rastan, I've got to get through the Master System version so that I can investigate the update or the pseudo-sequel to the Master System version. Thank you, Killy69. It's been wonderful to see you all again. Merry times to you all. What a lovely stream. And may many more Rastanings be coming upon us in the future.
Enough talk.